This meeting is being recorded.
What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session, and today we're gonna be looking at our pre-flop range facing three bets. So let's see what we're doing here. So we open under the gun, we get three bet by the cutoff. We have ace eight suited. What do you guys wanna do?
Well,
Don't look
so
here.
yeah, I was gonna say,
I would always
the eight,
fold here.
yeah, the eight and the sevens, like these lower cards interact with some of the bluffs. And just kind of the floor of the range, so it's like, it's not great to have these cards.
Yeah,
Wow. Solver sicko.
so I mean, this
This
is
is
a
a,
bit tougher.
this is pretty clear to me. The suited one gets a little more tricky. This is a pretty good fold, I think. You'll
Yeah,
probably
but-
start like continuing with this in later position, I think.
Okay, but I would.
But
call
you're
it
in position
we're
here,
in
though.
Position, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have positional advantage after this. He's
Yeah.
small blind.
Yeah, but against
You-
his three bet range, it's not
Yeah.
good. but
Yeah,
it's one that
yeah,
gives
see
the
that-
most.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
that's kinda what I'm getting at is like, if he's three betting out of position from the small blind versus like MP or earlier, it's a stronger range. Not to mention, we are only playing 40 deep, so I'm sorry, less than that, 35 deep. So SPR, like if you hit a queen here, you're probably gonna end up going broke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Uh,
it's true.
gets kinda tough. But I mean, this is how I play it right now. I fold this.
I would fold as well in game, but in position here, I see some calls.
Okay, yeah, there it is. Similar.
Now here I could totally fold because now we're really early position.
Yeah, we're a little deeper now, though. See, it's
Mhm.
still kinda like at indifferent point, but I fold this combo
Yeah,
in game. I don't even think about it.
oh my goodness.
This one plays pretty easy.
Oh.
I think we just jam this, I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit, I've been doing that wrong then. That's for sure.
So this is what I wanted to look at. It's the four bet ranges, basically. How many of you are four betting fours and fives there?
Not a lot.
Do you ever find the
Not at all.
No.
king jack suited here or king queen suited here?
No.
I am a king jack fan.
I am, but not in three bet plus.
Yeah,
I treat king jack very similar to how I treat ace five. Like, if, if I think the guy is three betting light enough, those are my two like bluffy go-tos.
I mean, I think most people are weighted normally more towards like a ace queen, ace king type of hand. So I don't know. I guess I fold that a little bit more than I should there out of position.
No, you need to find four bet bluff stage. Absolutely. So whenever you open, you're out of position. Like, you get three bet, you have ace five suited, you have ace queen off, ace three suited, ace four suited. You need to find four bet bluffs. This is why we're here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just,
It becomes more of a thing like in the late position, like that region. Like when you
Yeah.
open middle or late position and you get three bet by late position. The probability of that being a wider range is much higher. So, that's where you kinda
Yeah.
wanna start finding
Is
that
this
stuff.
final table mode, guys?
Chippy V.
No,
Chippy
it's
V.
just chippy V. Why it's,
Chippy V.
when you see the teal colored background, it's chippy V, the red
Okay,
is.
okay. Yeah,
What do you guys wanna
yeah.
do?
I
here?
found these I find these 4 5s versus late position.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Maxi?
Good morning, Maxi.
I'm folding here, LP.
I call.
I think this is a little closer to a call than some of the other arrangements versus the small
It's the
blind, but
bottom. I think that I call.
I would.
It's a
not
call.
go here.
it's probably indifferent.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
okay.
60 bigs for calling a
Ace
3-bet
some.
from
But
Ace
you,
so
seven,
we're out of
seven.
position.
You should look, you see the same behavior with the ace seven though, like, it's a
Ace
general
seven is-
heuristic you should, keep in mind. Like, these suited ace, eights, 8-7s, they don't hold up. They're probably like the worst ones to
Yeah,
continue with.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, they don't have any really good backdoor, straight draws or anything like that, other than just you're hoping to spike clubs, right? That's like
Yeah.
the biggest reason you want to flat here, right?
This is the
Yeah,
main
they're-
reason, and that's it, I guess.
Yeah, they're basically the worst ones, right? Like these are the hands that you would use to target better aces. So it's like, they don't have any additional equity. It's basically just ace 8 through ace 6 are pretty much the worst ones. Cause the wheel ones can make straights and stuff. We open, get 3-bet from the button. Yeah, I call this pretty frequently. I don't know if I
Yeah.
over defend here.
We're swallowing.
Fold.
I think you
I
do.
think we're
over
too
defend.
shallow to call it though.
Too shallow
I
to
wanna call
call,
it-
yeah.
Yeah, I wanna call it deeper.
Oh,
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I thought it was mixing.
It's hard to get me to fold these suited connectors. But it is mixing, so like, when you saw like 8-9, how it's interacting with like his 3-betting range?
Yeah. the
Are you
8,
Galen
9.
also calling 4-5 suited instead of 6-7?
Yeah, I am. All of those little suited connectors. I mean, if the guy's not 3-betting a lot, I'm just not doing this. Like, I don't add these components to my range.
I also remember asking you why, and you had a good response for it. You said whenever you play a 3-bet pot, you wanna have coverage on all the boards,
Hmm.
including
So
the
that's-
blue ones.
That's
Yeah.
my question right there, though. It's like, how do you continue post flop when you miss? You just over folding on the flop?
If you miss, you fold. You're not over folding. You're just not realizing.
There's-
equity. It's like.
You're out of
There's-
position, so you need to overfold too, right?
There's some.
Depends on the
yeah.
texture.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you just have to be very texturally aware. There's some textures that you just give up on. Like, you
Mhm.
see it and it's like ace, jack, 9, two-tone, and you called with connectors. You just fold the hand,
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Spots where you wanna
Mm.
overfold in 3-bet pots, ace high boards, king high boards, especially
Yeah.
king high boards.
It just makes up a
Yeah,
huge
yeah.
component of their value and bluffs, like their bluffs come from there too, so. You're just smoked on a lot of those boards.
Hey, can we
Uh,
4-bet all in here with?
Yeah,
five?
I was gonna say, yeah, you actually, I think the
Position?
worst ones, this
Yeah,
is
I
like
think
probably the
so.
best. This is probably
In
the best
solver
of the
land, this is
worst.
okay.
Maybe
Yeah, like-
8.
Makes sense, I guess.
See,
I know it's a call, but
No, it's not a call.
it
I
is
jump
definitely
this.
a call.
I think since I'm in position, I'm only calling here.
I think
Calling
it's
or
a
folding?
shove
mixing.
or fold.
You're right.
Okay.
right,
50-50.
so,
Okay.
He's not gonna have worse pairs, but you're gonna be racing against a lot of like ace X, king X stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
Interesting that 8s are just calling 8s, pocket 8s.
eights,
No,
eights and nines.
it's very normal because when you have a 2 8s in your hand, you're blocking all the bluffs that contain an 8 or a 9 in his hand.
Okay.
And it prefers to poorly jam threes instead of fours and fives that we saw over.
Yeah,
bottom
the
three.
worst ones basically. And then ace jack off, king queen off, interesting. So against a small blind at 30, we can find some ace jack, some king queen. So these are hands I would call with here in this scenario.
Mhm.
Mm,
Nice.
The off. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Being in position right there, I think I flat more often than I 4-bet.
mhm.
You really wanna develop a strong 4-betting game, cuz
I think, yeah, it's David talking, correct?
Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
Yeah, so that approach is correct. I think it's a flipping point though, like when you're sub 40 big blinds. I think the benefit of generating fold equity and taking down that pot pre-flop starts to outweigh playing the pot post-flop in position with a inferior range. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
the position's a good equalizer. This is an obvious fold, yeah.
Yeah.
But, when there's that much dead money essentially sitting there, you can pick up sometimes, it's just. It becomes more attractive,
Yeah.
Uh,
I
this is
I feel
a-
like I run into those situations. So like yesterday, I kind of ran into the situation where this one guy open jams or sorry, he opened and the next guy jams for like, it was like 60 something thousand chips and the blinds were like, 2,500, whatever they were.
Mhm.
And 3 people get all in. I had pocket nines. I decided to fold and they ended up having like ace 8 off, ace something else off, and then ace king off. And,
Well,
obviously
you
they
just,
they all had each other. I folded. I was, I
You
was
gotta
like,
fold
that,
nines, I think. You
yeah,
gotta-
that many people going all in. I was like, I can't, make this call here. But
fold, yeah. Nines are not doing good versus that. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
kinda what that is.
yeah, I just,
This is a little closer, like this button jamming range for 35. I don't know the answer here. I make like a very player dependent, response here.
I think I'm folding that.
Yeah.
I'm
I think I'm
snapping it
folding
off.
ace queen.
Yeah, I don't think I'm.
Well,
ever-
so before you go on, just scroll down to the button range.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
this makes a little more sense because I'm like,
He's not
I don't,
doing,
I don't see solvers doing this too much. You do see some of this in game. And it's probably represented with nines, eights, some of these middling pairs, but you're also gonna see like ace, king and stuff here.
Jacks.
I don't think I'm defending this range though. I don't call fives or six. I'm not calling ace jack, ace ten.
The waters get pretty mucky with the small pairs for me too. Like
Even
I
like
get,
king queen suited for 35 bigs.
yeah, I'm not. The king, jack, the king, queen, I'm just not. Ace
Yeah.
ten, nope.
I mean, if you tell me that the opponent's playing like a solver range, like sure, quick call, but
Yeah, well, that's the problem. You're not
Exactly,
gonna see a solver
exactly.
range there.
Call.
I
This is
think
a
this
call.
is, I think this is a lot closer than you would think. I think this is probably leaning call. Or is
I
it
would
like right?
always fold in game.
This
I'm okay
small
with
of a
calling
stack.
this. Tiny 3-bet helps.
Yeah, I do quite a bit of calling with those.
Mhm.
Okay.
Easy.
EP, I mean, we're gonna fold here.
This becomes a little more sketchy, right? Like you have a very strong opening range versus a very strong 3-betting range. I think this is gonna fold.
Yeah, definitely, like this.
Three
guy
bet
could
is
just call,
large.
Realize it.
Maybe if this would be 6, then maybe we could call. But 8.8, it's too much.
I wouldn't
guess.
be, I wouldn't be surprised to see it calling, but I think it's folding, yeah. Okay, so it's
Even
like
with the
tens. Yeah, the tens are indifferent. So. Yeah, very strong range versus very strong range, just.
Fold.
Jack four suited, is this a joke? Is this a bad juke?
It
That
is
should
a
be
juke.
juking.
Okay, this is one of the solver specials.
Yeah,
Oh.
we call this.
You wanna call?
Yeah,
Wait.
always calling all suited aces.
I'm going all in here.
I would go all in.
Yeah,
I would
from the
only,
bottom.
I think I'm only jamming with ace 5. I don't think I'm jamming with ace 4.
Well,
Oh. See,
Oh,
this
we're
is where it
50
gets a little
50
bit
big
blurry
blinds
for
deep.
me. 50 big blinds, too deep to jam really blockers like that.
Hmm.
Becomes more of a call, so this is.
maybe it's because you're on the low jack instead of button. Maybe from the button it's an all in against the big blind.
Well, I would also like look at the difference between the big blind 3-betting range and the small blind 3-betting range. Like. I think the big blind 3-betting range is more top heavy. Cause they don't have to worry about the overcall behind,
Yeah.
where like you're gonna have the small blind is a little more polar, so I think we add more polar components. So like I think that's probably one of the distinctions. I'm not 100% sure about that, but.
Makes a lot of sense.
This is a juke also.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I hate
This
this.
one,
I'm folding.
you gotta call this.
I'm folding.
Maybe
I'm
50%
gun.
call.
We're under the gun here. You 3 bets under the gun. I mean, I'm not gonna call it. Oh, hate this. Yeah, okay, it's a call. Marginal call.
Some nines are mixing there. Okay.
This could be 4-bet territory at 30. versus that, I'm probably just calling. I wouldn't be surprised to see him piling it, though.
Yeah, lots of
Nice,
filing.
nice.
Queen nine. Alright, strong versus strong. You're just pitching this. You're not
We
continuing with
call.
this.
Ah,
Fold.
it's raised. Fold,
fold.
fold. Yeah.
The suited tens are like, the suited tens are even indifferent there.
King ten,
Same story here.
I'm more inclined to call this than queen nine, to be honest.
but how about you just fold?
Yeah, I see that.
Alright, so
Mm,
heuristically, what we've looked at with suited aces on 6, 7, 8. They're the worst combos to defend, so this one's gonna be indifferent at best.
yeah,
This
all
one
in or
being
fold.
The number one
Fold.
worst.
It's min three
Jam,
bet.
folding.
jam
Oh,
50.
It's
Wow,
the
nice.
number one worst,
Nice.
followed by ace six, then it's ace eight.
Yeah, I would say ace seven is probably the nut low as far as suited aces go.
Mhm.
If you don't have ace deuce. Even that one's probably a little bit better. I don't know. This is a folds. Suited two X's folds. We defend this very wide, don't get me wrong.
I would always limp here. I don't know what we're doing.
yeah. Me too. It's a limp.
So like, yeah, we're defending
I think
some
it's
like
so much
suited two
mixing.
gappers. Yeah, I think that's what it is too, actually.
Shove special GTO.
Not good.
So.
I would call.
Jam.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say, I think we just,
This is not good.
So it looks like if anything over or 40 and above, it wants to flat more of the the suited aces, and then
Yeah, it
below
seems to
that, it wants to
be-
start jamming.
Seems to be the stack size that.
This is-
Reminds it.
right, there's a couple other things in play here. Don't call. This is solver special number 2. You jam this.
Oh, yeah. Alright, I need to print this in my brain. Open,
Cut off.
he does it. This is gonna be
this
good
is-
against these super regs that I get all the time.
Yeah,
Keep
like if you,
betting it.
the Brazilian flag, this is like the nuts.
Yeah, Brazil flag, snap jam. Oh my goodness, what have I done?
What's on your table?
Well, queen jack's in there, so I mean,
Alright,
I think we
Oh.
fold this EP versus EP2. This is like.
Bottom
We're not doing
range.
too. We're not doing too well versus EP2.
look at
Well, that was
this
the bottom of
river.
our opening range too, right?
That's, yeah, well, that's another way of getting about it, yep. King nine has some attractive properties, not versus that, though. I think we just let this go.
I don't, it's one pip off, yeah.
Alright, this is. We've seen a seven of spades enough to know at
Yeah.
this point. Okay, this is,
Just a call.
I think, we just, yeah, I'm with Maxi, just calling this hand, I think. Specifically spades. Yeah, I think we just call this. It's actually folding some, so that heuristic stays true, like sevens and eights from EP. Just the nature of those cards are not very good. Cause they're towards the bottom of the opening range.
Like, we've seen no jamming above 40 big blinds, but I think there are some at 40, right?
I think so, yeah. So this is
Oh.
a dicey spot, right? Like here, I do different things in real game. Like, I think the
It's us
solver's
in the
calling this.
box.
Yeah, the solver's calling this every time. I don't call this every time in game.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh, it's actually, it is folding. But see,
Yeah,
okay, this is
insane.
weird. This is just strange because look at king jack.
King Jack. What?
Yeah, it doesn't
It's-
wanna use, the queen has a very bad blocker here. So it's
Yeah.
What is it?
rather, it prefers to have a jack in its hand than a queen, so it's gonna pick like the next best thing.
If you look at, okay,
we
so
scroll down
like,
some?
I was gonna say, it's just based off of that ace queen offsuit, like, that
Exactly.
ace queen offsuit is making a large component of his jamming range. It's a very small range in general.
Mm.
So having this queen is kinda like, not very good.
Bingo.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, man, this is kinda close.
Fold.
Solver,
Not for me.
Fold. No,
Not for me.
wow. There's 66%. That's what's left, okay.
So when it gets late position against late position,
Yeah, you're gonna defend much wider. Suited one gappers, some of your better suited two gappers. I'm sorry, not two gappers, just the one gappers. The two gappers don't really defend. Some of your better suited queen X. Nearly all of your suited king X.
Y'all would be doing this in game? That seems awfully wide to me.
it depends, Andrea. If I'm on the button and I'm three betting you every three hand, you're gonna be playing me back very, very quickly. So,
That's true. That's true. Okay.
so you're gonna do something like this very quickly.
Okay.
These positions, like small blind to hijack. When you lock into a hand with someone here at these higher order betting pots. It's like a magic game. Like people get out of line, especially in this arrangement. So it's
Uh-huh.
like. This is the most likely situations that I am to start implementing a stronger four betting range. Oh, I'm sorry, a wider four betting range.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm always calling with ace queen suited here.
Late position off 30. I am going piles with ace queen suited here and
Yeah.
offsuit.
Alright. See, my offsuit, I would do it, but my suited hands, I tend to call more often just because I feel like I have better equity post flop, but I
You
guess out
do.
of position.
Mhm.
I think the thing that you're missing here, David, is that, what you're saying is correct. It's just that we're 30 deep and it's
Yeah.
a three bet pot. So you're gonna be playing a very, very, very shallow SPR game. And, you're just gonna lose a lot more pots that you would win through generating fold equity. You know,
Yeah.
like if you, for instance, it's like flatting ace king here, right?
Mhm.
Why would you wanna flat ace king? Because you're not gonna like win every flop. Sometimes you're gonna win turns, sometimes you're gonna win rivers, and you're not gonna be able to see all of those cards to realize your full equity when you're this shallow, because the response is gonna be very heavy jamming and things. You know, cuz after you call here, we have an SPR of like a little over one. I mean, it's like two. We're close to two SPR if you call this. So you're just not gonna see all five cards without putting your tournament life at risk very frequently.
That makes sense.
As opposed to like pre-flop, you know, you just jam it with some hands and you get to take all of that dead money down. You increase your stack size by, I don't know, 25% or something crazy like that. It's huge. And it's kinda like the same properties that are driving you to make these flatting decisions are the same properties that you're okay running five cards with, you know what I mean? Like they realize equity really well.
Yeah.
This is close theoretically. I'm not calling this though, I don't think.
Offsuit, I'm kind of dominated, but I'm probably folding.
Okay, so where do we stand with ace ten off here?
You call.
What
And
about king
I
jack
think,
off?
Ace 10 off, I would have folded. Ace jack off, I would probably four bet jam.
I think king jack, or what'd you say, ace jack off? I think probably mixes some frequency. Like between calls and jams. I'd say
So
ace
which
10
would
off
you
is like,
do?
it really depends on the player is what I would say.
Mm.
Like, if I look at this guy's stats or HUD and he's on the much tighter side, I might even consider folding some of that
I'm calling
stuff.
king jack folding this.
See, it's
Yes.
close. It's
Wow,
close.
Yeah.
okay. So,
LP mentioned it earlier too, right? He's gonna bluff a lot of 10x, I guess, so.
See, if you scroll down, the, big blind range is a bit different. It's just very kind of linear top heavy. I mean, you got some of these junky suited offsuit aces in here. And you have like these trace amounts of like just random offsuit king and queens
Right.
that are probably like not reality. What I think is reality is the top end of that, spearhead there. You see a lot of that. You probably see a lot of these pairs. And you probably
Yeah,
see
not-
mixed frequencies of the offsuit stuff there, maybe.
Don't see any offsuit
Yeah,
queens there.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like you can remove a component of that because it's just kind of like.
There's
you're just
some
not
guys
seeing it.
out there with these suited kings, but offsuit queens. He would get a mark in my book for an offsuit queen here.
Right, the irony is you would give him a range construction tag.
Yeah.
what was the, I didn't see the EV on the, ace 10 or the king 10, just the calling ones. I didn't get to see what the EV was for those. What, What's it, a
You need
negative
to
EV?
think, Dave, that you're in position and then the two positions that are the most inclined to three bets, the big blind and small blind.
Mhm.
When you're open late position, you open too wide and then they three bet too wide as well. So it's that special corner of the game where you just call too much.
Okay.
All in.
Yeah,
And more so versus small blind and big blind.
okay. I just felt like I looking at that makes
What do
me
you do here, Dave?
uh 50 big blinds, Steve versus middle position.
Wanna four bet all in?
50 bigs, no, not from EP. I'm probably folding, to be
Yeah, it's
honest.
fold.
It's an easy fold, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, good response. I was thinking it's indifferent, but, EP versus MP is no bueno.
Yeah.
Alright,
it's-
if we were gonna get out of line, this hand has really attractive properties to do it. I would not be surprised to see the solver raising this a smidge.
I refuse.
I'm kind of in your boat, like I'm not doing it. I'm just thinking.
The king
Um,
six is
I'm
the
just
one,
folding.
coolering wheels is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's why it's got the attractive properties.
I thought it was
how
king 7 suited.
See, I'm not
It
that
interha-
good, I guess. I'm just folding, seriously. There's no way.
I mean,
we
it's
open under
EP.
the gun with king six.
I mean, it's a bit wide. I don't
Already,
think.
we're already trying to get away with murder. We got caught. Alright, so it's like, alright.
I think it applies more late position, but
It wants
EP,
to call.
EP, low jack, probably not a thing.
Are you raising ace four suited here?
Yeah, some, maybe.
Maybe.
It really, honestly, it depends on the opponents.
Alright, let's see if this is good. All in.
Let's go.
Oh.
Almost.
Ace 5. Yep.
Just a.
Okay,
just a-
so, alright, I'll get rid of the ace three now. I'll just do ace five and ace four.
Well, Louis, I know this, you're not finding that ace 10 there, the ace 10 suited. So if you don't find the ace 10 suited and you find the ace 3 suited, it's probably okay.
Yeah, right.
And then
Maybe.
you're not finding the 7-6 and the 8-7, so if you're adding the ace 3, it probably
I'm
balances.
pretty sure the poker coaching implementable charts have ace 3 also jump below 30 EP versus MP.
Alright, so this is low jack.
I wanna do
I
it
think,
again.
I think I just call here.
No. You know what? Here's my, interesting. I would four bet here.
I call in
That's what I would
position.
do. I guess this
I
is
think
not
it-
good. You need to
I think
call.
it's what we were talking about, like, the big blinds range is a little more top heavy. It's a little more linear than polarized, like with the small
Yeah.
blind range.
Actually, I'm folding.
I'm calling.
Calling, yeah.
So, yeah, we don't see that polarized behavior here because of what they're kind of doing. Probably some of the stack depth too, like at 60, it's kind of,
I don't hate folding because they're three betting a lot of the better aces. They're not three betting the worst aces, they're three betting the better aces, so I don't mind just folding this shit. It does fold a little bit, right?
yeah, well, yeah.
They're
it
linear,
does.
their three bet range is linear, so when we hit an ace, we gotta be super cautious.
The other aspect of this that I would also probably caution is like, if you look at their three bet range. I don't think a lot of players are finding some of the 10-8.
Yeah, that stuff, right? There's a lot
Yeah,
of
some
stuff
of,
here.
there may be some stuff like this and some players are definitely finding it all, but I just don't know if they're finding it at this frequency, you know?
Let me
Like
share my personal opinion.
Mhm.
Alright, I think if you defend that chart here on the field, when they three bet you, you're gonna lose your shirt. You wanna way under defend this.
Right, I think the interesting part is figuring out those components and how to construct that
Oh.
though. I agree. I'm not calling this. This
No
is,
folding.
we're not doing well versus this range, I don't think.
What about tens?
What if it was a PKO?
I mean, we
I'm still
technically,
folding.
we technically cover,
PKO been min bounty.
men bounty. Ah, I don't know, man. I might gamble then.
I'm calling it chippy V, so I'm snapping it off in the bounty.
I think it's like nines plus. I mean, they're not really jamming worse pairs at 40, are they, versus, middle
I don't know, I'm
position?
a fish. I'm not in the business of folding pairs.
I
Oh
understand.
my god,
Yeah,
what have I done?
Ken
eights
was
are
pretty
better.
close. Ken's was pretty close, actually.
So that, yeah, it's a bit too much, right? It's a little
Well,
bit
it
too
really,
much.
the caveat is, it depends how they construct their jamming range. Solver doesn't do it a lot here.
They're probably
In
not jamming
game,
twos, threes, fours and fives. They might be jamming like sixes, sevens, eights, and then nines maybe. Then they're probably three betting like tens plus.
Alright, so let's take a quick minute here, cuz I just wanna. So 35. So. I just want to. Chippy V. 35 was that, right?
Mhm.
mhm.
We open low jack. Versus three bet from the low jack. But I actually wanna see at 30. Do we call with fives at 30?
Well, who's three betting?
The same guy. Big
The
blind.
big
No.
blind? Yeah, I'm not sure what they're actually jamming. I mean, it's close there.
They're
Ah,
still not jamming the lowest pairs. They wanna set mine.
so 30 big blind is the cusp. So at 27 and a half. We are tighter. Mhm. 25, no tighter. 22, we're gonna snap fives, no?
Fives is like, it looks like there's just an equity cliff there between fives and sixes.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
Okay, okay.
Louis is having a
Okay.
realization here.
Okay, well,
He's been calling in fives.
Yes.
At 35 big blinds, he's like, I'll call it.
I have a pair. I mean, alright. And then if it's like 32, what? 30, at 30, are we running sixes and sevens at 30?
Click the, I was gonna say, change it to small blind and you might be surprised with the difference in results.
Back to 35. Against a small blind. And small blind, it's a
Okay.
majority call. All over, right? Nope,
Starting to fade out a little bit.
it's mixing at
So
every day.
it's a little more of a thing. If you moved it to like hijack, it would be, I would guess it's in there.
Uh-oh, I broke it.
GG.
Sorry. Okay, so more folding from this area. And then I actually need to know a little bit more. Sixes, we run for 30 every time, right?
I think so. I think it's like, it's the floor of it.
Versus who, small blind?
Three bet.
Oh,
You
well,
said verse.
actually, yeah, that's the thing, right? Hero is from the low jack. Villain is from the big blind. But I need to see the all in. So which one is that?
You have to do verse RFI range. If you wanna see what they're doing. So we're big blind versus low jack. So yeah, boom, boom. So here's the, yeah. You got your strongest hands.
I wanna see
Some of your-
against the, what's our response against the four bet all in? So basically,
do-
we are low jacks.
Okay, so you can do verse four bet then. Same thing, just verse four bet.
I can't,
So
I
do
can't.
big blind. You gotta flip them.
Is there gonna be four bets at 30 big? I guess low jack gets some, right? Yeah. Never mind.
Okay, so yeah. 30 big blind versus four bet all in. So this is the big blind's range.
There's no range here. It's not gonna be versus four bet, maybe versus ISO.
No, that's blind versus
Uh,
blind.
I mean, the big
It
blind
shows-
has nine all in three bets, so there should be facing a four bet range.
It shows it's calling 26% over there.
Okay, there it
See that?
is, versus
Yeah.
all in,
This is versus three bet all in.
yeah,
So this is like low jack opens and the big blind just jams.
yeah, and that's what we're looking at here, right?
That is, yeah.
So I wanna see what. So, okay, so it's exactly sevens. At 30 big blinds, sevens are mixing, so eights for 30. Seven for 27. 7 for 27. Then 25, 6 is in a little bit. Is that what I see? Yeah. Alright. So facing a jam, 30 big blinds, we need to fold sevens. We run 7 at 27. Oh, well, see, that's kind of easy.
We're also the low jack, like,
Yeah.
I think it gets much wider as you get later position. Like, your range with the fives is probably a lot more tuned in, you know?
Alright. So let's see if it holds true.
King nine, just let it go.
Mhm.
Howdy.
What's going on? Is that James? Who's that?
I think it's James.
Oh, I can't hardly understand you, James. Your mic's messed up.
Call. This is a
Yeah,
call.
You can't hear me?
You're very, very pixel or kind of distorted. Okay, I mean,
King Jack was a call.
I'm out.
what are you
Call.
doing in game here, Louis? Are you actually calling this?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but this guy is jamming like 4, 5, 6. If he's out of line, he's jamming like jack ten suited. I think he has some ace-6 as well, like, I don't know, ace-5 suited,
I-
ace-4 suited. I think this
I
is a
just feel
call.
like-
I don't think we can
I
fold.
think it's probably close. It's probably a call in,
I think we fold
theory
like
here.
king, queen off, but this
For
one is.
sure.
it's gonna be
Oh,
annoying.
see?
Okay, it is
Wow.
folding.
Wow.
See, I don't like calling this one in game because every time I jam these, I feel like I just get shown ace queen offsuit or something.
Mhm.
Also notice how it's 27 big blinds and we call with sevens.
And they were jamming with Jack Queen suited there too.
Yeah, that's
So-
the thing. That's why I like to call a little bit too much here.
So
Yeah,
not
Uh,
jamming
you're
this one
dominating
also.
them.
Just
I
calling?
think this is.
You're in
this is
position here.
This is probably a little more viable of a jam, I think.
I would like
What's
to
the
jam this
difference
one.
with the previous king queen suited the
I would
position?
call.
You're
I
out of
personally
position
am always
here.
calling, as we've seen
Personally.
today in many models, you wanted to jam a lot sometimes. But let's gamble.
Nice, yep. Okay.
You guys hear me there now?
Not
No,
really, James.
Okay.
Just call.
When you jam, you're just running equity there, right? Cause you're not getting called by worse, are you?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, well, yeah, you are sometimes, like, you're getting called by pairs. Quite
We're getting
Oh,
often.
a
they're
size to
worse.
fold.
I mean, they're better.
We're getting a size to fold when we do that.
You're getting some ace highs to fold. That's
Uh,
true.
Fold. We'll need to limp this. Not
Uh-uh.
raise. No?
Yeah, this is just a fold. It's like a suited, what was that, 3 or 4 gap, or it's too wide.
Yeah, but we were calling like 10-5.
Fold this. 5 maybe it's the bottom.
I like calling here.
Now here, having a 7 against the hijack is not good. Because he's doing it with 7 sometimes.
Yep, that's pretty easy.
Easy. Easy fold.
Alright, yeah, I'm folding this.
Wow.
Alright, yeah, you win. Alright, we probably call this.
I'm out.
I'm calling, yeah. Fold, fold,
Fold.
fold.
Fold, yeah. 2 pips.
You guys see, we were defending like queen 10 off.
Hmm.
Oh, I
Fold.
didn't see that.
Yeah, so it's 2 pips off. You call this, I'm pretty sure.
I'm folding.
I
The
think
Bottom,
I'm folding
bottom.
this too. I don't know, it's, man, this one's rough. I think I'm folding versus button. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm always
0.5%.
folding in game.
hmm.
Yeah.
It's the same heuristic, like 7s and 8s are bad versus these 3 bets, like opening field versus later position 3 bets. It's like you can almost just generalize and simplify your strategy, just fold them all.
yeah.
You call this, this is definitely a call.
Small blind.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not even close. It's pip in.
Wow.
And also 8s and 7s folding here also.
Hmm.
Let's mix an eights.
Alright, this might be a 4 bet.
Ooh, fold.
I'm folding in game. I would not be surprised if this is like the floor of the call. Yeah. I'm not calling here, though.
Ooh, no.
Are you folding this against the button shove? Or you calling?
I'm honestly not folding that versus anyone acting after me at 30.
Okay. Hmm. Can you actually pull up the other screen with that and see what the those type of offsuit aces are doing versus whether you're in position or out of position?
What do you mean?
Like that ace jack, we were going to be out of position versus the 3-better, and it was mostly calling there, right?
No, it was in position.
We were in position there. Oh, I thought the button 3-bet.
No, it was the blind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just wondering what if we were out of position then.
Well, he jammed, right? So I don't think the position matters because you're just gonna run it.
Yeah, that's true. I just in general, I'm just trying to figure out like what in position versus out of position, because I'm trying to build my ranges, right? Like I'm trying to grasp the general heuristics of each range, and I was just trying
I
to
think-
understand what was happening.
I think you're right. When you're more likely to four bet when you're opting into a hand out of position. And you're more likely to call when you're opting into a hand in position. Now, there's some other dynamics in play there, like, the hand class, like, does it have poor equity realization? Does it have good equity realization? Is it a,
Also, I
Good.
think rushing it up to just in and out of position is not good. You wanna think about positions in play.
Exactly,
yeah.
and I want to do that, but I need to. That's why I'm asking to see. That's why I was asking to see the different in position and out of position for that where we were at just then. We were in the low jack or hijack, one of the two, when we did that, and that's why I was wanting to look it up. Like I understand, like each position. I wanted to understand the in position and out of position for each position. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Mhm. Well, just, Louis, just pull it up for him for a sec, so he can see it before we go too far down the.
Yeah,
like,
but the
so-
thing is, it was like 27.5. We opened from the low jack and the small blind goes all in on us.
Yeah. He's not asking about
Big
that.
blind.
He's asking a more generic question about
Correct.
how he constructs his range.
Yeah.
So like, just click 30 real quick. So we get 30 or 40, so we get a nice generic answer and show him button 3-bet range and response versus small blind 3-bet range and response. And don't use EP because EP is gonna be like too condensed. Use like cutoff or button or something. Or hijack or cutoff, sorry. So like. We got 15.6% of the range here that's opting into jamming. Hands that are doing it, okay, so like your little pairs. They have good equity, but very poor equity realization. Right? Because 9 times out of 10, there's gonna be overcards on the board. But they have more equity than ace king starting, so they're natural fits. Your suited wheel aces, they have a very relevant blocker. They have decent equity. Those are good bluffy candidates. And then like the top of your range up here. So your ace king, very strong hand, like that's how it's constructing this range. Ace jack, strong hand, not the best equity realization, so you don't necessarily want to take it post flop all the time. Aces, kings, they're just so strong. SPR is gonna be low here. The EV equity in flatting these type of hands and taking it post flop. You start seeing that kind of stuff. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
So I walked away. Did you make a comment that 9 out of 10 times we're gonna face a C bet, right?
No, I was saying like, the reason that we're jamming some of those small pairs in that situation is they have poor equity realization, but they have very high equity. So it's, 9 times out of 10, there's gonna be overcards on the board, but they start off with more equity than any ace king.
I think it's important to
I-
adjust our calling range based off of who the 3-better is, cuz like if you're facing, say, LP and you're defending a 3-bet, he's gonna C-bet probably 100% of the time. So some of the hands that are gonna be in the calling range, you're not gonna, like you were starting to say, you're not gonna realize your equity as well.
Mhm.
When like globally, they're supposed to C-bet like 7 out of 10.
Right, so versus a more aggressive player, what Ken's saying in generic terms, it's more profitable to probably construct a more aggressive 4-betting range.
Mhm.
Yeah, more aggressive 4-betting range and maybe a tighter calling range.
Yeah, please don't
Mhm.
4-bet me.
Like
Yeah,
4-bet the bottom of your calling range, right?
Right, so
You
yeah,
don't wanna
four
call
betting
that shit
Louis,
versus someone that's gonna auto C-bet every flop.
Yeah.
yeah. Louis is very comfortable blasting you off of pots post flop. What he's not very comfortable is running all of his equity pre-flop. It neutralizes any of the work he's done. It's like, it's the great equalizer. You could be the worst player in the world, and if you 4-bet, your cards are gonna play the same as Phil Ivy's do. It doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's like three general models that I've kind of figured out. And it's always, almost always gonna be the same thing. Oh, there's one more maybe. No, I think we have them all. Late position against late position, late position against the blinds. And then you open from early position and somebody three bets you. I think if
What
you
about-
understand these three motions, that's how to play three bet pots.
Are you gonna pause and chop up your videos or are you gonna run along?
It's gonna be a long one.
So I remember last week you were breaking them up in like half-hour segments, but maybe you forgot.
Yes.
I like a, I think I like a call here. EP versus MP.
Oh, see, I have too much ace queen off here.
Hmm.
We're getting too deep for ace queen off.
When you say too much ace queen, are you four betting it here? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, all in. Snap for betting all in like I have aces.
With
Yeah, I
50
think
bigs,
ace
you're
queen-
doing that?
I'm doing
Yeah,
it
I
with ace
mean-
queen, aces,
Okay.
ace king, with the
If you
queen.
move it around the horn, yeah, if you move it around the horn to like button hijack, button cutoff, you'll see that behavior out of ace queen. Like it's what you do with it. I think it's just one of those flexible hands. You have to adjust how you play it based on position. Some hands, they just don't care. They just play how they play. The eight, the seven, this is probably a fold.
Yeah.
Uh. I'm calling this, man.
Call, yeah. Oh, wow.
It's
Same behavior.
27 and we have sevens.
Yep, I was gonna say, it's the same behavior. Sevens and eights are not very attractive. If they're constructing their ranges appropriately.
I would fold, yeah. But I would not call with like jack five. I don't know about you guys.
Hmm.
But, yeah, okay, so offsuit nines here. Yeah, so I guess that's another good model. When the blind against blind, right?
Yeah, blind versus blind's like its own little universe.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. I ruin my blinds so much when it's blind versus blind. I just never, unless I hit the nuts, I just never know what to do. I just
Just
end up
call. Just don't
checking
fold.
or calling, yeah.
Yeah, it's, you gotta play really wide poker. It's not fun to play sometimes.
Well,
So based off of what we've just seen, this is probably more of a call.
Snap jam.
Folding a decent amount. Holy shit.
EP versus MP.
yeah, see, versus a three bet from EP, I'm probably folding here, and versus MP, I might be folding depending on their stats.
Mhm.
I think we're gonna have to go all in here.
This is probably an okay hand to do it with. I think this. Yeah,
Low jack.
What do you do with
Low
ace
jack.
three suited?
I don't hate it
Ace
versus
two?
the solver.
Ace three,
I think ace three is gonna fold from what we saw earlier. It's like the
Yeah.
bottom, cuz we're not opening ace deuce.
Yeah.
We're not really even opening ace three that much. Alright, so MP verse. Probably a folds, or it's gonna be like the floor, right?
I think
30, I'm calling.
nines is a floor, right?
No,
Eights.
here the
Eight,
floor
eight.
is
Just
pocket
mixes,
eight.
I think.
It's
Eight, yeah.
27, we can't even, at 27, we call with sevens. At 30, we fold sevens.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
Pocket eights was the indifferent floor. We probably call this.
Yeah, small raise can call.
It's close. I don't know, man, like,
I'm out.
Not close, it's a
Well-
suited nine. We block his bluffs with the nine. He's bluffing us with ace
Yeah.
nine and king nine maybe. So when we have a nine, we block his bluffs. It's a snap fold. See, ace
Jack
nine.
nine's got some special properties though comparatively, just cuz it's got stronger like. middling
Connectivity.
coverage.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
in
like-
general, yeah, like, look at the nines.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, the general heuristic is that, as a guiding tool in game. It's good. I agree. We might four bet this guy.
I'm calling.
I'm just calling here. We're pretty deep.
Your
Yeah.
hijack, your verse cutoff.
See?
It raises.
I'm
Lots of
calling too
raises.
much here. I don't have enough four bets.
It's got some attractive properties. It's like in that special area I was talking about where you're like hijack to small blind. Like, there's gonna be some bluffs here. We're probably calling whatever happens here. Yeah,
Ugh.
you're
I'm
supposed to call
folding
this.
versus big blind. It's gonna probably
Yeah.
call though.
Fold.
I think I'm calling the suited
I'm
gap,
supposed
the
to
one
fold,
one
thanks.
gapper and folding two
Yeah.
gappers.
Yep.
I think, yeah, that's good. Suited one gappers and the actual suited connectors. I think this is a
Just
good way to
call
organize.
this.
Yeah, you call here. This should be a call. Low jack cut off. I think it's like, you'll probably see similar behavior with tens and jacks as far as like four betting, but
What do you guys wanna do here?
Call.
I think
Call.
calling's
I'm
the,
just calling.
the way to go. What was nines doing? I guess nines was probably starting to, four bet.
I thought it said mostly call on that too. It had some four bets in it, but I thought it mostly called.
It's
This
gonna
is a
be
call.
Maybe
This is
shove.
just a. It's a two EP.
versus
EP.
40, I don't mind ripping this at 40 versus button because we're gonna play post flop out of position. So I don't care. if I-
But your EP can.
Yeah, he shouldn't have a very, I mean, he's not gonna be very polarized on the button versus EP, is he?
He's gonna have some bluffs. He should have some. He's gonna have like some ace ten offsuit and things like that.
I like calling here.
But
Ace
honestly,
eights,
it's,
ace sevens.
it wasn't crazy. You start seeing a lot of jamming with jacks there, which is,
Alright, so this is what I learned today. I'm not gonna go all in anymore here. I'm gonna, in reality, fold, but on the
Fold.
sim here, he wants to call. I love to learn.
Yeah. Hold on, so what's
Uh,
different with that one than the other one? Cause the other ones were ace four,
Positions.
ace five.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's like middle position versus steal positions, like button cutoff hijack are gonna be preying upon the middle of the field here. With three bets, like that spot just prints money. So there's gonna be bluffs. So
Ace
our
seven.
response is,
Spade would be worse. Hearts is still pretty bad.
hearts is like the second nut low, so. We call, but
It's
We're too deep to
empty
fold.
versus LP, so.
hijack, again, it's hijack versus button. This is like MP versus late position. We're still gonna be pretty aggressively continuing. Just like the strong floor of the offsuit stuff is just out of there.
So very deep. We don't have much all-ins when we're 60 deep. Gotta defend suited nines for sure. Suited eights are mixing. Alright. Suited nines are too deep to fold suited nines.
So EP versus a very strong range. Or suited nines are out of there.
Yeah.
This is a king. It might defend some. I think it's folding though.
And I think it's a snap fold. Let's
In
see what
game.
we do with suited tens.
King ten's gonna defend here.
See, I would fold king ten.
I think king ten defends.
I would call ace ten. I would fold
think-
definitely jack ten and queen ten, and I'm mixing with king ten.
Man, see, I like jack ten more than I like
No,
queen ten.
jack ten is horrible
Yeah.
here. You have both a jack and a ten in your hand.
Let's click of the buttons. Fold.
See,
But-
jack ten, queen ten.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
it was
jack 10,
mixing. Okay. Okay, we can call always with king ten. But these,
yeah. Jack ten's no bueno.
Fold,
just
whatever
hard
it is,
bluffing.
just fold. Just fold.
Yeah, it's too much. Too much. By 5 pips.
Oh
uh-oh,
my God.
look at all pairs here.
Wow.
Uh,
Versus small blind at 30 bigs, 27 and a half. Okay. Never mind. 27 and a half.
Ugh,
Fold.
Yeah, that's a big excessive.
Hmm.
This might be a call.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I fold versus big blind.
Hmm.
I think we just call here.
yeah,
Wouldn't be smart.
50 bigs. Yeah. Okay.
There are some polar elements here, though. Our suited
Ace.
wheels are
Yeah.
getting a little out of line. Alright, this is the floor, so just gonna pitch it.
Fold. Fold.
so when it comes to 4-bet bluffing, your two best candidates are almost always ace
Ace four.
5 suited and ace 4 suited.
At what
And
big
ace
blind?
and ace
It's
king.
like, it's like,
I can't believe you didn't give king jack an honorable mention there.
Nope. It's nowhere near close to the solver special. Official ace 5 suited.
Folds.
No,
Yeah, I don't find this ever. Okay, I feel it coming. Jam. I'm in.
oh my goodness, what have you done?
You're right. Look at
Got
ace five,
him.
ace five, ace four, ace three. And then here we are with king jack, like, I wanna be a solver special too.
Yeah.
Just not happening, man.
Yeah, king jack is like, tricky.
He
You're gonna
gets
get
really
caught up
excited.
with something one day and then you're gonna see like king jack and then he snaps you off with kings.
Okay, what about this? We got low jack,
Mix-
hijack.
Oh
Rip
my
it.
God.
mixing-
I
Rip
would,
it.
my fingers are burning so hard.
Rip it.
I
Just do
wanna
it.
rip it.
Just
I
do
don't
it. Rip
hate
it.
it.
I
I
wanna
think
do
we got,
it.
Do it. It's gonna happen. It's good.
Easy jam, great jam.
I'm
all day.
calling.
No,
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna win if
call.
we jam. We
I'm
lose if we
gonna
call.
try
I'm
to
all
be disciplined from today. And 50 big blinds, I don't jam anymore. That's what I'm gonna do. There we go.
True. Good point.
There we go.
ace five, ace
Ace five
four,
to ace
ace
two.
three.
Jesus
The whole wheel.
Christ, 50 big blind all in bluffing. So we can't even say like at 50 big blind, there's no 5-bet all, 4-bet all in because there is.
It's 20% of the range. I mean, that's significant.
We're not-
That's like, every 3 hands you are dealt in this scenario, you're jamming one of them. That's how
Yeah,
much you're jamming. It's a
yeah.
lot.
So it's really important to have a tight low jack range construction here because they're just a bit too wide. You gotta do a lot of jamming in response. Alright,
Mm,
that's fine, that's fine.
Alright, EP2, the suited nines. I would be very tempted here to call this, but I think. I think we're probably gonna let it go. I don't know, man. I clicked the call button here too much in game, probably.
I have a 9, so it's not full.
Yeah, I think so too. This is probably close.
Oh, it's
Cut off
deeper
first,
on a call.
cut off first button.
I ain't
We got a
getting
suited-
involved there.
We got a suited one gapper.
No way. Oh my god. You wanna call 3 bets here and then who knows what's gonna happen? Really?
There it is.
Yep.
I don't wanna call this. I don't wanna call this. What are we gonna do with this? Low jack versus big blind. You probably just call.
Yeah. Oh, it's mixing. How is it ever
Mixing.
folding to a 3 bet? Wow. Pocket fours. Because I have a kind of a simplification in my head. Against 3 bets, I call every pair.
I know you do. You also open every pair always at every final table.
Do I?
Well,
5-3. God.
call.
I mean, maybe.
This is gonna be a 4 bet. Blaster.
All in.
Uh-oh.
So it's like you're just dealt this hand in the hijack and you just jam this.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Like you enter this situation before you even open the hand with the plan of, I'm going to wager all of my chips.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. You see it pre-flop, you're like, oh my god, it's over.
Ah,
GG.
It's over.
Stand
I'm
up.
set up. Yep.
Just stand
I'm
up,
s-
start to shake hands,
All in.
pack your bag up.
Give him all he can eat.
What?
You're in
Dude, this is
position,
the-
right? Just call.
This is about the equity realization stuff we were just talking about.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. I was thinking jacks, but not tens.
Oh my goodness. You don't have much jams. Yeah, I think you got lucky on this one. What are
Did
you
you
doing with
hear-
nines?
Did you hear the conviction in my voice?
I heard it. But it's like so yes and no that I don't trust you.
I mean, to be fair, there is a lot of calling there. Like jamming's not a big component. All you can eat. Probably a call.
What?
It's a suited eight. That's suited
Oof.
eight.
Get
almost
out
Feels
of
bad,
here.
man. Feels bad.
Eight? Queen eight? Is that really
Is
what you're
deep that it's
doing?
starting to call wider.
Seriously,
suited stuff.
in game, I'm marking you a calling station.
I'm folding.
Queen 9
You
is
show me
for
a
sure
queen
a
eight
call.
here. I'm gonna be so mad. Oh my god.
It's a
you
call,
station,
dude.
You
Holy
station. It's
shit.
a suited eight. What are you doing?
Oh, like, king eight there is a slam dunk call.
I'm
Queen eight,
marking both you and the solver a station, man.
This here too, man, this is not, okay, your MP versus cutoff, this is pretty close.
Still fold. 10-9 suited, it's a call.
I bet this is indifferent.
Oh my god.
It's close, it's a bit out of line.
Yeah, I would fold. I see no merit in call.
I
These
just pray they
slivers are
jam.
worthless.
Yeah. This is gonna be a call. It's
Yeah.
actually probably indifferent. It may actually be like slivers of folding.
I don't know. I wanna see what I do.
EP versus
all
EP,
the-
never
All
all
day
in.
I'm ripping her.
Never.
If you call me a calling station, I'm gonna call you a sputard because you just don't jam there.
I know. I have to stop. I'm trying to stop.
Alright,
It's
so
hard.
it's more than slivers of folding here, by the way. It's a majority fold. But I always call this just cuz I'm a calling station.
I'm gonna put this as my new background. Okay. Okay.
This could be trouble. Alright, this is
Okay,
probably just a
suited
call.
tens, we fold, what do you do with queen ten suited?
I think you call all of your suited tens here, and this, in my heart of hearts, feels like a king jack suited all in.
Okay,
Alright,
so
okay.
you're calling suited queens.
But do you find king 8 again and king 6 suited here? I'm never calling this.
I find king nine, I don't find the eights probably. I'm calling this. What are you doing
Yeah.
truthfully in game here, Louis?
Oh,
I am snap folding.
I know
Call
you are.
always.
But you know what? We're too deep here. We have to be sticky.
Yeah, this hand plays really well on like a lot of board textures.
Yeah.
Okay, we could get a little out of line here, I think. Let's see, versus that. I don't mind jamming here some, I think.
No, we just
Majority
call,
call.
we're in position and we're too deep.
Majority call. I was gonna say maybe slivers of jamming, but yeah, we are too deep. There's just not a big component in position.
Yeah.
To what David's been talking about, it's like, just do a lot of calling in that spot. Alright, you probably do some jamming here.
Shove in his face.
Maxi, I like the gusto.
Yeah, that's another thing, right? With tens and jacks. We do a lot more jamming than I thought we did.
Yeah, man, they're just one of those strong hands that you lose on so many different flops.
Would you say you pure jam tens and jacks at 30 big blinds against three bets in general?
Yeah.
Outside of EP, yeah, if I'm dealt those hands. Like low jack, high jack passed, I just basically. It's kinda like getting dealt ace five, like in my mind, I'm already all in.
Maybe even
Low
40
jack,
big
Low,
blinds.
low jack, we do it. Say we're early position. Yeah, it seems like we're
It's
doing
even
it.
there some.
Yeah.
Now change it to like small blind or big blind though. That's gonna change the response quite a bit, I
EP
think.
against CP, we do it.
Really? Yeah, it is.
Against the blind, only against the blinds. We slow play it a lot more.
Yeah.
That's
it
at
starts with
30. Do you think that's true at 35?
Yeah.
35 is gonna have a lot of that behavior as well, I think.
Okay.
I don't think the behavior is
35,
gonna change too
EP
much.
versus CP. Let's look at all the table. Okay, so against MP, it's a, I think to mix.
Let's go further. Let's check 40 bigs.
You'll see some of the same behavior at 40. I think you're gonna see it. Kinda move a pip up, though. It's gonna be like more queens and jacks than jacks and tens.
And then if it's like button versus the blinds. Think it's happening
Yeah, it is.
at 40 even, okay? Okay,
You might even see it like some of that stuff at 60. I doubt it at 60. 60 is too deep. You'll probably just call.
oh, okay. Oops. Alright, easy breezy, all in,
Eat it.
come on squeezy.
No, we're kinda deep, I guess.
Yeah.
The not all in sizing makes some sense. So like suited connectors, you're just calling here.
2-6 call. I'm
EP
out.
versus MP, yep, suited nines, you can comfortably let go of.
Yeah.
Alright, ace eight of hearts, not the most optimal, but it's low jack, hijack, you call. I don't think we
But
get the,
eight are and nines are bluffing range of his. We're blocking it.
yeah, it's definitely not as attractive as some of the other options. I agree. I just think it's MP versus MP, really. It mixes, yeah, it mixes. Yeah, this hand's too good, you call.
Yeah. Easy call.
I would fold here.
No, it's a call, of
We
course.
raise from under the gun, we have a 9.
It's the ace, though.
I'm folding.
Yeah, it's got it's got slivers of it.
Look at the 9s in general.
Yeah. The heuristic stays true. Like your suited 9x outside of ace-x. Gotta stick that way. See, this one you could probably get away with letting go.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is a trouble hand. Probably
Feature.
put it in his
Punt
face.
shove.
often. 50 bigs is kinda crazy, though. This is pretty deep,
I
but
fold.
I don't think folding is the right answer.
And all
Ooh,
in.
Yeah, you can put it in his face.
didn't we
George?
see earlier?
Your lesson for this week. Always go all in with ace 5 and ace 4 suited.
Give it
I
to
do
him.
it
All of it.
already, but ace 3 MP versus MP. I thought we saw earlier that it was a fold, but anyways.
No, George, you're a robot now.
Alright, so this is probably like a majority call, I think. I don't know.
I have
It's
a
gonna have some
9.
fold.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, you're right. It's ace nine is what I was thinking.
But it's so like unnatural that you need to give away nines and eights instead of fives, fours, and six suit aces. It's like against the nature for me. I don't know. Looks like more
sense.
stronger.
Makes
Yeah,
sense to me, the wheels.
yeah.
I guess the way
is.
I kinda like mentally navigate through that, Maxi, is if the villain's constructing the range appropriately, they're gonna have eights, nines, and some of these hands in their bluffs. So if you have that card, you're blocking their bluffs.
Yeah.
Secondly, the 5 unblocks all of their bluffs and gets better hands to fold. And has the additional equity of low boards. So it's kinda like a natural fit to, bluff and realize equity with. Like, it's kind,
Yeah.
you can play the high and the low, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Need to just remember that.
What do you guys
So
call.
wanna do
EP
here?
this is, for the reasons we've been discussing, I feel like this one's close, but I would fold. It hurts to fold this hand, to be honest.
I know it hurts you, but for me. It does not. Ah, see,
It almost hurts too much. I don't know if I would be able, I'm not folding this in game.
you should,
I'm trying to.
you should.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? 60 is, I think, almost too much. I was thinking not all in.
Seriously, I'm lost with this ace 3 stuff. The ace 4 and the ace 5, I got locked up. But this ace three is just giving me trouble. Well.
Doesn't even matter. Okay, ace three.
Oh,
What are we gonna
no,
do?
no, okay.
Oh, it's easy, yeah. Give you an easy out. Okay, this is kinda tough. Like, I would not be surprised to see some jamming here.
Yeah, I think we fold.
Can't fold, man. It's hijack versus small blind.
We can't, right?
I don't
I
think
would
you
never
can.
fold here, but I'm lost after today.
It's a
See?
call, okay. Yeah, we're not using those polar components, like it's. I thought it was gonna be maybe jamming some of these low pairs, but it just
No way, Jim.
jamming the higher middle ones.
Bad, like, let's see the EV of jamming.
You don't have a blocker here, right? You need a blocker to jam. A king or an ace.
Yeah, but there's eights, nines, tens also.
Yeah, but that's value, right? Eights is like value, nines are like, nines and tens just have bad blockers, but otherwise it would be value.
Hmm. The EVs are, yeah, I
Gone.
don't know. Hijack versus cutoff, it's too late position. You can't fold it.
Oh my god.
Ace six, though.
Right.
This one plays itself. Eat it.
Gotta- Sometimes
All of
you
it.
have to look the opponent in the eyes and say. I'm all in.
Enjoy it.
Oh,
Alright,
nine,
seven.
seven. Okay, we don't get ripped on. I'm okay with that. Mixing, huh? Here. Cause he's using a 7, 9, 7 and 8, 7.
Mm-hmm. I think that's correct. This is probably just gonna be a folds. Jack eight is probably the floor.
Oh my god.
It is. Yeah, no, just folds. It's probably the floor,
You think it's the floor?
I think.
What did we say about 27?
I don't remember what it was, sevens, maybe?
Sevens with 27.
Yeah,
That's right.
seven.
Easy fold. Uh-oh,
Oh, it's eight.
he's wrong. Something
Yeah,
is wrong.
It has
it's
to
in
do
the
with the position.
ballpark. Yeah, it's in the ballpark. It's just fold. This one plays itself.
Rip
It's gonna be an all-in.
Rip it.
Alright, this is a bad hand
Yes,
and I'm folding a lot here.
yes. You call ace 5 off though.
No, I don't.
Ace
I don't call
eight?
ace seven. Ace nine is probably where I'm at.
I don't call ace 9.
I'm definitely calling ace ten, jamming ace jack.
I ain't jamming ace jack here.
Some, yeah.
I'm calling with it.
This is probably gonna be a call. Nope, fold. Alright, king ten. What do we
I'm okay
do?
with folding her.
I think it wants to call. With traces of jamming.
Huh?
No, ace ten.
Who's the call?
Alright, this is a trouble hand. GG. Nope, they let you out. Fold.
GG, you're expecting to lose the hand, huh? You knew we were gonna be ripping it in.
Mm-hmm, that's it. Fold. This is too wide. You just let this go. King four is probably the floor. What are we
I was
four
thinking
betting?
King six.
So I think we are constructing some three bets here with suited king X. What do
I
you
think
think, Louis?
we have, we don't four bet them very much here because we're too deep. We're more like
Hmm.
calling.
King six suited, maybe?
King five, king six.
Maybe like king nine, king eight.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe king five, king six suited here are good ones. This is maybe where the king six suited appears.
I think it might be.
Nope.
Mm.
We're just
Okay,
calling.
so yeah, it's just calling really. It's not a big part. We are doing it some with the offsuit king X. Look at that. That's really interesting. I'm not really finding the king jack offsuit type hands here. Suited two gap probably going to fold. Probably going to fold. Okay. Uh. Yeah, fold. Way off. MP, do we just go broke here? Do you
I
call
would
that?
just
What do you do?
call.
What do you do here? This is an interesting one for me.
I
Okay,
would just call.
Against
Call
a
Look at-
position, right?
range.
look at the
Maybe
offsuit
call.
one.
Offsuit, I'm always not jamming. But I
Yeah.
have too much ace five here.
Hmm. This is going to see a flop if they don't jam, but they do jam. So you just fold.
Yeah.
Probably gonna see a flop if they don't jam. But they do, you just fold. Almost a call. That's wild. Yeah, I'm not calling. Ace
You
10
find
suited
enough
there.
ace ten there.
I don't, yeah. Okay, I think we call here. Alright, so we know what the floor is versus a not all in size. You're supposed to call. You're supposed to jam this some, actually, like. I'm gonna say like 20%. No, I'm off. It is a call, though.
I think it's flatting a lot in position, is it?
Yeah, it is. We saw it jamming versus the big blind a second ago.
Alright,
I
we're
think
done
you
with
need a
that.
little bit deeper.
Thanks a lot for watching.
40.